even the mice will know how to collect money and wealth. And that is not good enough to be a human being. Human intelligence. We must understand good and bad. We must get it what hurts whom and what helps whom. These are necessary human intelligence. Better than mice, better than cats, better than dog. We have to be, because we are human beings. So understanding that getting helpful as much as possible, not being harmful. So really changing at the root level of ignorance. Ignorance of wrong knowing into right. Ignorance of not knowing into knowledge. That's what we need. When we say learning, that's what we all mean that. We don't mean to have to pick up hundreds of books and make a scholar. No. I don't mean you have to write theses. I don't mean you have to write articles. I don't mean you have to write your points. You don't have to write anything, but you have to know what you are doing. If you don't know what you are doing, then you will be simply being puppet. Like meditators. When I first came in the United States, I'm talking about this, so 20, 30 years ago. I was hesitating to talk about meditation. Knowing people want to know, people won't like it. Thinking people want to like it, people will not know. But then I realized the moment people started talking meditation, they began to sit down, adjust their sitting posture, hand gestures, all kinds of either doing this or that or this or that, all kinds of things people do. Why? Because you're just looking at the right and left of the individual person. You have no idea what you're doing. You're simply doing it because the other person's doing it. And that's not good enough for a spiritual path. If you don't know what you are doing, you're better off not to do anything. Whatever you do, you should do knowingly. If you do knowingly, then you can do right or wrong, everything. Mind you, we are educated human beings. We do know what is right and wrong, if you like to accept. Because we may not like to acknowledge. I agree, it is very hard to tell what is right or what is wrong. For me, when I'm not hurting anybody, including myself, my any action that's not hurting anybody, that is right. Presuming I'm right. If I'm hurting anybody, including myself, then it is wrong. Because you're hurting. Otherwise, the right and wrong is difficult. Right for one party is wrong for another. Right for Israel is wrong for Palestinians. Vice versa. So that is the difficulty. But I try to draw the line where you're hurting anybody or not. It's not an easy line to draw. It is difficult. But there's some point where you can stand on your ground, saying, I'm doing right or I'm doing wrong. That is important. And that is the causes of suffering is coming from there. That is all about it. And one thing I have to tell you here also, so about the criteria of a second noble truth. Buddha gives 4. It is the cause, condition, source, and the very last thing that make it materialize. So 4 of them. Remember about the first noble truth, I give 4 criteria. Similarly here, 4 criteria. Why? Because there are people who believe everything is happening because no reason. Everything is happening because it is supposed to be happening. Or everything happens because of one reason only. So Buddha tells us, no, it is coming from cause, but not a single cause, many causes. Like there are conditions. Even you have a cause, if there is no condition, things will not materialize. Conditions has to be right. Suffering is not grown from anywhere without any cause. No people's suffering is grown out of one negative cause. Nor it is a creation of anybody else. Somebody who decided to send the sufferings to you, to us, so we get sufferings. That's what the Buddha tells us. It's not somebody else's mind who makes this. It's not a single cause. It is many causes. It has to be right condition. And it has to be very right moment that the spark the situation so it materialized. So these 4 criteria are important. And I will be talking to you more about that in later date. So when we are talking about the cause of suffering, we are talking about the karmic cause, delusional cause. Delusional cause, we are talking about negative delusional cause. And for positive result, we are talking about positive cause too. For example, faith. And morality, discipline, concentration, all of them will give us positive cause. Discipline not necessarily give you positive result. Whatever you are disciplined on the subject, if it's negative, it will give you negative consequence. If it is positive, it will give you positive consequences. Basically, discipline is positive emotion. Morality is a very important positive cause. Without morality, nothing really works well. Morality is extremely important in general, in the spiritual path in general, and particularly Tibetan Buddhism. Morality is very important. When we are talking about the morality, we are not talking about it, sexual orientations about it. We are not talking about that at all, as a matter of fact. It's very important to know what the morality really is. As the usual American understanding of morality is the only sexual things. And that is not what we are talking about. We are really talking about what actions of an individual causes suffering or joy to the other people. This is a moral issue. That is a moral issue. Moral is that. There's nothing else. When you are causing suffering, that is a moral issue. When the scientists today creating a future life of ours 25 years down the road, the moral issue becomes extremely important. If there is no moral issue, then everything depends on the profit. When everything is driven by profit, everything is worked for profit, everything is you are looking for money, that is ignoring a moral issue. Human respect, honoring human dignity, respecting a human being, these are important moral issues. Particularly people like me who claims to be Buddhist and the Tibetan Buddhist, among others. So need to pay tremendous amount of attention to these moral issues. Actually, to remain perfect practice is to make your moral perfect. Moral is the fundamental base on which we build our practice. Plus, we gain concentration power. Plus, we try to now the third one forgot on my head. Sorry. Morality and concentration. Wisdom. That's what I'm forgetting. Wisdom. And whatever we have a power to concentrate, if we don't have the wisdom, that just simply sitting alone might not be enough for concentration. We need the wisdom. These three things, morality, wisdom, and the concentration, are the three ways how we reverse negative emotions into positive. Let's call it, how we transform the negativities into positive. Negative deeds try to stop. Positive deeds try to increase. All of them are done with these three things: morality, concentration, and wisdom. These are the three keys to reverse the cause of suffering for being a cause of suffering to cause of joy. This is the beauty that Tibetan Buddhism has. We will be happy to share with you. So I don't have any questions or anything. And thank you so much, and good day.